Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Wednesday 12th January. And yesterday on the Discord I was asking slingshot effect can be applied to crypto, and have you ever done this to your friend that you take a rubber, you put in a small paper and then you push it to the backside and then you just release it, and then you hit that idiot with this paper. Have you ever done that? Well, how does that apply to crypto? Well, you see, when you pull this rubber to the back like this, the backward you pull, the further you're gonna throw it, right? The more you pull it to the backside, the more force, with more force you're gonna throw it basically to the other side. So you take 2 3 steps back and then you jump even way more back. If you take 1 step back, you can jump just a little bit higher. If you take 2 steps back, you're gonna jump even further. If you take 7 steps back, then you're gonna go even way more higher. So the slingshot effect is very, very important in cryptocurrencies. And before I even talk about today's update, I want to show you a video from yesterday. So here, this one. It seems like on the 4-hour time frame, you've already crossed the 20 EMA. Now the maximum that it will go to the upside is, you could see it go up to the 55, which is 43,500. People think that, oh yes, Bitcoin is now looking good, and then from here dump you to the downside. All right. So yesterday, so far, we started to look at this one going up, but there's one thing that I want to talk about here on the daily. I'm gonna turn on the 10 EMA and look at this. Look what's happening here on the 10 EMA. We are not finding that level of there's something that is just missing right on the 10, and that is when you went down like this, you came back up. Look, you are being restricted at the 10 EMA. I just want to increase the thickness of this one right now. All right, so here we are. Let me zoom in right there and let me show you what's going on with Bitcoin. So you came down and down and down and down and down. You went down, down, down. Okay, so you could potentially just putting in another sort of a bear flag like this one. Who knows? It could be another bear flag that is potentially forming up, and then you went up into you hit the the 10 EMA right now from there, and then this candlestick isn't confirmed yet. It could still continue to the upside. The reason why it's still in place because this candlestick, this one on the daily, is gonna close in the next 15 hours and 32 minutes. So right now it's not a clear. There's nothing clear about this one. Can it cross the 10? Okay, let's say you do cross the 10 and we're gonna visit the 20. So this is the 20 EMA, which is gonna be 44,963, but I'm still not gonna take entry. You cross the 20, right? Let's go to the 55 EMA. I'm gonna turn on the 55. Now that you've crossed the 20, you're looking for the 55, and this one could be coming down a little bit to that particular neckline of the head and shoulder. As I've said about this one before, you just go a little bit down to this neckline right there of the head and shoulder, or who knows, come to this trend line. And this trend line comes, where does it come from? It comes from this very, very, very start of the $69,000. Touch here, one touch here, and then you could potentially just go a little bit higher and make another touch and then go down. You see, another touch right there. So the trend line hasn't been broken. You are technically still in a downtrend even if you go to $45,000. That's the thing that I'm trying to explain in this videos. Now my personal take when I'm gonna trade, because I've been closing the trades when we were up here nearly $49,000, okay, and ever since this time we've been like holding tether. Sometimes they go a little bit more down. We've been closing tether at the $46,000 as well, and the issue is that you see, this trend line is gonna act as a big level of resistance, and even if you were to go up this neckline, you also could go back and retest the neckline. So even if you went to $47,000, it's still not clear that the uptrend is going to continue, because you will do something like this, go a little bit up like that and hit the neckline. People think, yay, we broke this trend line, right? You've broken the trend line, but they're not going to understand that you're going to hit the neckline of the head and shoulders. And then what you do is a fake out. So what happens? You break out, you make a fake out, and then you take everybody down to hell. Simple. And that's going to be very, very ugly. But at the moment, is it even going to go up there? Maybe. Could this be your bottom right here? Maybe. That's also a possibility. I've told you, before we go to 24,000, not even 24,000, but before we go down to, what do you call this, 33,000 and $35,000, we have to really actually break this level, because we haven't broken it. Okay, this is still a support nonetheless. This one, touch here, one touch there, 39,000 touch here, and then you have a touch there. So it is being respected at the moment. Don't get me wrong, don't start to say that, oh, we are going to 24. Not just yet. Yes, the head and shoulder has been broken, okay, but again, anything can happen in crypto. And we have to also, when you're moving down the stairs, you have to also look where the support is. So you are moving down the stairs, up, down the stairs, up, down the stairs, up. Now at this point where you've reached, maybe it's a level of rest and it's unclear if it's interested to go more down, or maybe start to climb up the ladder and then go back up. Anything is possible. But for me, I'm gonna wait for confirmation, and confirmation means you break the $52,000. When you break this, back test it, and pass the back test with a nice volume, I would like to enter and maybe ride it back to 69 and even $70,000. I'm okay with missing this much pump, but at least I want to be safe more than sorry, guys. And for me right now, does it go to $45,000? Does it go to 46,000? Does it go to 47,000? Unless it doesn't go to 52 or 53,000 and breaks this level, then that for me is going to be safe, because you're completely destroying that downtrend. You've completely abandoned it, and that's when you're confirming that, okay, now it's more safe to make a trade. Now I'm trading, okay, I'm trading things. Now if you're holding, maybe you're not gonna give a damn about it. If you're here for the long game, it's a different situation, right? Okay, this is just on a trader's perspective, because by the end of the day, this is just technical analysis. So here we are, and first of all, it's important that you cross the 10 EMA, because you've been restricted off the 10 EMA. The last time you went up like this, look what happened. Went down. Up like this, went down. Up like this, you crossed it, you cross it, and then what happened? You find some resistance near the 55. Did you see? You find resistance at the 55, and then boom, you went down. Ever since, you have been struggling to get above the 10. Now you've actually made a small move up to the 10 a little bit, and then you're gonna go down. Now there's one more thing I want to talk also on the 4-hour time frame. Can it go a little bit more higher? Potentially it could go more higher than before. And the reason why is, let me show you this one right now. You could potentially be putting in a 3 method, right? I don't know, it's a bullish mat or a 3 rising method right here. And you see this one right here is just a little bit of a bullish sign. It's a nice candlestick. So from there to there, if you take this one and you're breaking out of it, so do expect you could go to 43,719 today. Potentially that can happen. It's possible for this one to happen. So let's observe what's going on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that if you do go to 43,700, you are crossing that 55 EMA, but can you backtest it and pass? Maybe it just could go there and then go down, just as I said yesterday. So that's a possibility. So unless you're not holding the EMAs and you don't have the bullish cross on the 4-hour time frame, it's hard to still say that there's any positive progress. I mean, I'm not quite bullish, I'm not quite bearish anymore. It's just that confirmation is the best thing to do right now. So anything can happen. It's either way right now. It's maybe up, it's maybe down. But the thing is, again, confirmations, and confirmation is important. You can also make the fact again that this could be a small like bull flag right here, and then you break out of that bull flag once again, and then from where is this going to take you? From there to there, that could take you all the way to 44,278. So there is a small uprise potential for Bitcoin on the short-term frames, but I'm still not kind of satisfied, because the volume, again, and every time I look at the volume doesn't convince me. There's no any particular volume. Look at this. Nothing right now. The last time, at least, let me show you. At least down here you used to have a nice decent volume. Look, the time you went up like this, there was some nice volume spike. Do you see that? Very nice volume spikes right there. But this time, whenever I look at these green candles, there is no volume spikes. Look, yes, there's just like one volume, one decent volume with one candle, but the next candles, they suffer. They don't even show any volume, and then that's it. One candle shows up, and the other candle is just dead. So there's a lot of shadiness with how Bitcoin is moving, and it has been like this for the past like 2 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay, potentially. Now even people are saying that Bitcoin hasn't been continuously going in a downtrend like this for like 3 months, and maybe that's gonna be the end of it. And last time it happened was back in 2018, that you consecutively went down for 3 months. And but anything can happen, just because it never happened in history. Maybe this history could be created and go down. And there's one last potential play here before we actually before I actually close this video, is that we've seen this green candle, and now you're potentially making a doji. If tomorrow you start to go down and make a red candle like this, that's going to result in an evening star, all in all. Do you understand that? Because you could be rejected at this 10 EMA, and when you're rejected at the 10 EMA and then you go down like this, that's going to be an evening star, and you're going to go even more down, cross the 39, and then start to dump to the 37, and potentially go all the way down to 35, $33,000 level, until maybe you don't reach that $24,000 level. Oh, I just remember that I want to check one more thing on the BLX, the higher time frame Bitcoin chart. So I want to take the fib retracements from last bull cycle top of $17,000 down to 3,000, and I want to see what the hell is happening on a higher time frame. So from there to there, I want to show you where you could actually go and stop. So yeah, look at this one. Maybe this could be the next level of support at the 1.272, $32,000. Do you see that? Because right now you're still protected at the 1.414. That's a very positive thing. And that's the reason why I told you, you haven't lost this level, you haven't lost that level, you haven't lost this level, you haven't lost there. There's a touch there, and then there's now a touch here, and you can make the fact that you are still supported. But within this support, you still have bearish sentiments that can take you down and break that support. And then the next big level of support is actually for you to go to the $32,000 and find some rest there. But you see, if you just go down like this, you're gonna make a very big, huge double top. Do you see that? But again, you're also gonna be making a double bottom, and that's where you're gonna decide if you break down, then you're gonna be playing with the double top. But if you hold it, you could go back up, and you can make double bottom and a nice beautiful W and continue to the upside. But that's something that we're going to actually talk about whenever it happens. All of these are potential plays. Right now, I'm just going to take a breather, and instead of entering without with doubts, that's going to be actually kind of very bad. And then there's one more thing that I also want to talk about. You can still see the charts twisting like this. You went up like that, came down, went up like this, came down. You could potentially again go up like that, and then come down and continue and make a big ascending triangle, and then you push to the upside finally by next year. But I don't know why. Something tells me by the end of this year we are going to see Bitcoin potentially moving to $100,000. I don't know when, but before that you could have some surprises by moving to the downside. And when you move to the downside, then finally you just pick business to go to the upside for 100K by summer, or by autumn, in August and September kind of. And then from there just continue when everyone is going to be bearish for a couple of months, and then Bitcoin loves to be bullish at that time. So that's it for today's update. I hope you enjoyed this one, lengthy explanation, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.